Breaking news: Discount Jet has acquired Seattle Mariners left-handed pitcher Drew Pomeranz for cash considerations. Discount Jet diving deep in those Walmart bargain bins. Discount Jet, running through those Target clearance aisles. And yeah, you get the picture. Instead of going after a guy such as maybe Sandy Alcantara, aka the Sandman, former Cy Young Award winner, who's definitely available because he plays for Miami, or maybe Pablo Lopez, the dude who struck out like 230 batters about a year ago. You know, no, not them. Screw it. Why not? Drew Pomeranz is a Chicago Cub. I can't wait to see what this guy does. No, but seriously though, I'm just confused. Like, what is this signing going to do for us? Is this going to make us better? No, it's not going to make us better. It's not going to even move the chains even a centimeter. It's not going to do anything. Why don't you acquire real talent? The Cubs have a loaded farm system with a bunch of prospects who have nowhere to go, such as James Triantos, such as Moises Ballesteros, such as Kevin Alcantara, such as Owen Casey, such as Josh Rojas, such as like everyone else in that damn minor league system. Why not start trading these guys to maybe improve our major league roster that is clearly good, that could clearly go out there and make a deep run of the postseason if we fill a couple blaring holes in this lineup, such as we need another pitcher. After Justin Steele went down, the Cubs desperately need another pitcher. Last video, I talked about Matthew Boyd and Jameson Tyone having to step up and fill, the hole of Justin Steele that he left. But, Boyd as well as Tyone is not Justin Steele. They're not going to fill his shoes. They're just not going to do that. They could be good pitchers this year, but they're not going to have a Justin Steele type season. I could almost promise you that. And I really hope I am wrong. But yes, the Cubs have to go out there and they got to acquire more talent. We still need another starting pitcher. We still need major help in the bullpen. We still need, a third baseman. Will Matt Shaw be that guy down the line? Yes, I firmly believe Matt Shaw will be that guy. Yeah, I have all the faith and confidence in the world in Matt Shaw. I really do. But is he that guy this year? Is he that guy that's going to, help you make the World Series and win the World Series? I don't think so. I still think Matt Shaw was somewhat rushed. He moved up the ranks really quickly, obviously, because he was just hitting the ball off the cover. But no, he's not ready yet for Major League. He was very overwhelmed by Major League pitching. You could clearly see his confidence was way down. His timing was way off, right? So no, Matt Shaw will not be that third baseman. So yeah, I'm still waiting for Discount Jed to actually go ahead and make a trade because there are a lot of bad teams this year trying to shed some salary, and the Cubs have a plethora of room to add players. There's because the Cubs obviously don't have a salary cap in baseball. It's just tax thresholds. We're like $30 or $40 million beneath the first tax threshold, so we could clearly go out and add an impact player and not really give a shit. And like I said, we have a loaded farm system to where guess what? It's time to start trading these people away because they're just going to rot down in our farm system because there's nowhere to play them. So get it done, Jed. Go out there and get someone good. All right, so moving on from the Drew Pomeranz trade, let's start talking about the Dodgers series against the Cubs at Wrigley Field tomorrow. My three keys to victory for this series are going to be quality starts, hitting with runners in scoring position, and limiting the chaos. Let's dive into it. The Dodgers lineup is lethal. Anytime you have Betts, Otani, and Freeman in the same lineup, that's just a disaster. The Cubs have to have strong outings from their starters to keep the game within reach. That means no free passes. That means getting ahead in the counts. That means throwing that first pitch strike and not giving them a cookie to hit a home run, and as well as limiting damage. Imanaga as well as Boyd have to do these three things in order to give the Cubs the best opportunity to win the ball game because the Dodgers are an extremely talented team, as everyone knows. And anytime you verse the Dodgers, you could easily come across a sweep on your team because if Otani decides to do Otani things, guess what? He's going to hit a homer or two every single game. Freddie Freeman has proved with his track record that he's, the best first baseman in the league and he's making a Hall of Fame case, as well as Mookie Betts. Second on the list is scoring runners in scoring position. That is, like I said, been a problem for the Cubs, even though the stats, I guess, prove otherwise. Really, that means playing small ball. That means moving those runners over in a nice fashion. That means not striking out in certain situations. That means sacrifice flies. That's okay. You don't always need that pretty hit, that 450-foot bomb. You don't always need to rely on the home run ball. You could simply just move the runners over and rely on sacrifice flies as well as grounders that just score runs easily just like that. That is everything the Cubs are going to have to do in this game. Nice timely hitting and clutch hitting. Last but not least, limiting the chaos. The Dodgers thrive on chaos. They create chaos with everything they do. If that's not effective pitching, that's insane hitting with Otani, Freeman, and Betts. So the Cubs are going to have to play their cards right. That's throwing strikes when it matters, not walking people, fundamentally smooth defense, making those routine plays, not making stupid mental errors. The Cubs are going to have to limit as much damage as they possibly could in this series against the Dodgers if we want to, win one or even two, which we easily could because the Cubs are a good team this year and I have full faith and confidence that they could. But like I said, they're going to have to play small ball correctly. They're going to have to play fundamentally sound base or, defense, some clutch hitting, and really hold those runners on properly. The Dodgers love to steal bases. The Cubs are going to have to hold those runners on. Miguel Amaya as well as Carson Kelly. Get those arms ready. Start stretching those arms because you guys are going to be firing down to second base all the time. All right, so let's talk about the pitching matchups in the Cubs and Dodgers series. First game is going to be Shota Imanaga versus Dustin May. Shota Imanaga has pitched very good this year. He continues to pitch good for the Cubs. He had one shaky start, and that's about it. Shota Imanaga truly is a professional, and he's going to go out there and he's going to give you the best opportunity and best chances of winning that ball game every fifth day. And I mean that. Shota Imanaga has pitched 28.1 innings. He has a 2-1 record, 21 strikeouts, 2.22 ERA, and a .99 WHIP with two quality starts to go with that. You can't ask for a better season than that. He's striking people out. He's pitching deep into games. He's limiting his walks, his base runners. He's not many people are scoring on him. So if Imanaga keeps this up, the Cubs are going to have a very good chance at going deep in this series as well as in this season. The Cubs need Imanaga to pitch consistently. They need him to be our ace as well as be an effective pitcher every fifth day. And I have no doubt in my mind Shota Imanaga can be that. For the Dodgers, they're throwing out Dustin May, the young kid. Dustin May has been injured as of recent, but he seems to be healthy this year because his stuff is just flat out ridiculous. I mean, have you like really seen this guy's breaking stuff? I mean, it truly is unbelievable. Like I said, he's a really young, promising kid. He's going to be great for the Dodgers if he could just stay healthy. But Dustin May this year, 17 innings pitched, a 1-1 record, 14 Ks, 1.06 ERA, a .76 WHIP, as well as two quality starts. You can't ask for anything better out of a kid like Dustin May. The Dodgers have another gem on their team, and hopefully, hopefully Dustin May doesn't have the best stuff in tomorrow's ball game because that would be nice if the Cubs could rough him up and score some runs and take the first game from the Dodgers. But yes, Shota Imanaga versus Dustin May tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. Matthew Boyd will be starting game two against the Dodgers at Wrigley Field. Matthew Boyd has 22.1 innings pitched this year, a 1-2 record, 20 strikeouts, 2.01 ERA, 1.25 whip, as well as two quality starts. So Matthew Boyd has also pitched very good this year. Matthew Boyd is a veteran. He is 34 years old. He's been around the block. Everyone knows Matthew Boyd's a good pitcher, but the biggest question mark surrounding Matthew Boyd is his health. Can Matthew Boyd stay healthy for an entire season and pitch every fifth day for the Cubs like the Cubs need him to? He hasn't proved that in the past 5 years. He's been injured a lot since 2019/2020, really. Tommy John, shoulder problems, right? So if Matthew Boyd can stay healthy this year, expect him to have a good season because when he is healthy, he's very good, right? The Dodgers are not sending out anyone yet. They haven't reported who will be starting game two for them. It could be Yamamoto, but I doubt it considering he recently pitched. I doubt it's going to be Tyler Glasnow because he just recently went down with a leg cramp injury, so he might be resting for a few days. It's not going to be Blake Snell because he's injured. Obviously, Shohei Otani pitcher Otani will not be pitching because he's still recovering from that Tommy John. So that leads me to believe it's going to be someone else. I'm not really sure who it's going to be yet, but as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know immediately. But that is going to pay dividends. Hopefully, it's not one of their top tier starting pitchers because it's going to be nice if the Cubs can play a series against the Dodgers when they're not throwing out Blake Snell esque pitchers. That'd be lovely. So, like I said, I'll let you guys know as soon as I find out. And that concludes my video for the night. That concludes my preview for the Cubs and Dodgers series coming up. And don't forget, it's only a 2-game series. It's not a 3-game, only a 2-game. It's kind of building off the Tokyo series. So, like, you could really say that this was a 4-game series. So, right now, it's, whatever. So, yeah, this concludes my video. As always, keep the faith, go Cubs. And I am the Cubby Perspective. Thank you.